This video is not sponsored by MLOK, but if you want to support me, then buy some MLOK cases using my affiliate links below. This is my review of the Savage Arms A22 Precision. I'm just going to do like a quick overview of the rifle, things I like, things I didn't like, and then I'll share some range footage just with a accuracy test. So yeah, we'll get right into it. At the back here, we have the buttstock. The butt pad on it here is really nice. It's probably a little bit overkill for a 22, but really comfortable in the shoulder. It comes with a couple of spacers, so you can adjust the length of pull on it to best fit you. Here we have an adjustable cheek rise, two knobs here, adjust the height to what you want. Here we have the MDT Elite pistol grip, and it feels really nice in the hands. It's got a nice contour on it, so it fits really nice to your palm. Here we have the Acu trigger, made by Savage Arms. And I like this trigger. It has this little, I don't know, like tab on it thing, and so you can find the tab, press it in with your trigger, press it in with your finger, and so I like that. Some people probably don't like it, but I personally like it for this rifle. The safety selector switch is just a typical safety selector button, right? You just push it from side to side, nothing fancy. Up here we have a Picatinny rail. The Picatinny rail on this, I'm pretty sure, is just 0 MOA. So I think that would have been something nice to have on this, would be maybe like a 20 MOA rail, just so you can get some more range out of the rifle. I know it's a 22 LR, but I still think that would be nice. The chassis itself is made by MDT out in British Columbia, and it's just a one-piece aluminum chassis. So you can't switch out the buttstock on here just because the whole thing is just one piece. So it's a really nice chassis though. It's well made. MDT is pretty well known in the firearms community. So yeah, I really like the chassis on this for sure. It's got some MLOK slots on it, so you can attach some accessories. As you can see, I have a vertical grip here and a flashlight mounted on the side here. The barrel is a heavy barrel. Its diameter is 0.810, so that's why it has the name Precision in A22 Precision, is because this heavy barrel is going to make the rifle more accurate. It's 18 inches in length, and it has a threaded barrel as well. So so you can attach like a muzzle brake, or as you can see here, a heavy reverse fake suppressor, because in Canada we can't have real suppressors, so I just have this fake one on here. I will mention the accessories quickly. The suppressor itself, as I mentioned, is a reverse fake suppressor, and it was made by Tommy Enterprise, who's out in British Columbia. The vertical grip is also made by Tommy Enterprise. He was kind enough to send both of these out to me just to showcase in this review. The flashlight mounted on the side here is the Fenix PD32R. If you want to read up on my review on that, I'll link it in the description below. The magazine on the A22 Precision is a rotary magazine, and it's partially plastic, partially metal. I did find it tricky loading. Maybe it just had to be broken in a little bit, but like I had to push the back of the round in first, and then pivot and slide the round in, and then I had to use the back of each round to push the round that was already inserted over, and then pivot and slide it in. So I did get used to it. But the other thing with the magazine is that to insert the magazine, instead of doing the traditional way of inserting it, which would be like rocking it back, I guess that would be with AK mags, but you know, I just found it finicky, like inserting the magazine. Sometimes it went in great. Sometimes I had trouble. And then if I did have trouble inserting it, and if it was inserted but it wasn't secured, like it didn't click, then like getting it out was tricky. You know, I was like smacking the top of the rifle trying to get a magazine out, and you'll see that in the range footage. Other than that, I mean, with everything going on in Canada, with us law-abiding gun owners, we're really, you know, limited with what we can shoot with regards to semi-automatic. You know, if you're looking, can't even say that if you're looking for that stuff. I can't imply stuff. Can't imply it, but I will say that I myself, as the owner of this Savage Arms A22 Precision, have been very happy being able to fire 25 rounds in succession. It's so nice to shoot more than 5 rounds without having to reload. So I will say that. Anyways, I'm very restricted with what I can and can't say on YouTube when it comes to firearms. All I can say is that, you know.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeps.
Anyways. All right, so we're gonna do a 10-round group shooting federal 40 grain auto match. Okay, now I'm going to do a 10-round group shooting Remington Thunderbolt high velocity. I don't see the grain on here. 40 grain. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do a 10-round group with the Browning BPR, and it's a 37 grain performance rimfire fragmentating bullet. So let's see how well the Browning ammunition does. So I had a failure to extract the casing there. Got crimped as I tried to refeed around. Alright, let's try this again. Another So that one just it rechambered around there, but it didn't fire off. Okay, so this was the Federal, and it got a grouping of 2.96. Here we have the Remington, and that got 1.85. This was the high velocity ammunition. And as you can see, that was pretty consistent in where it was shooting. And then here we have the Browning, and this got 3.1. I found that like a lot of the shots were right on top of each other there in the middle. But with a few just to the left and right of it. It is pretty windy out here. But even though that got a 3.1, I found that the Federal here, even though this got, second place out of the 3, it just seems like this ammunition was inconsistent. Like it just shot anywhere on the target, where the Browning, I found there was some more rounds impacting on top of each other there. So out of the 3, definitely the Remington high velocity got the best grouping. And I'm sure if it wasn't as windy out here, it would get close to 1 MOA. I mean, we're at 50 yards, but yeah, so that's the grouping for the A22 Precision. All right, I'm going to do another 10-round group with the Remington high velocity Thunderbolt. So this is the Browning. It got the worst grouping out of the 3 for the first round, but it just seemed like there was enough rounds that were impacting the same area that I think that if I just wait for when it's not like super windy, then I can get a decent grouping with it. So same thing. The first 4 or 5 rounds impacted within an inch of each other, probably. And then there's a few flyers, and I could tell that the wind did pick up a little bit. But anyways, we'll go take a look. Okay, so here's the second round of groupings. The Remington got 3.15, but if I remove this round all the way down here, then it got 1.95. And as you can see, similar to the first grouping, the rounds just seem to be more consistent with where they're hitting. So over here we have the Browning 37 grain, and it got a group size of 4.4, but as I said, the first like 4 to 5 rounds were impacting right here in the middle. So if I take out these two outside, then it got a 1.9. So an 8-round grouping, 1.9. Still, like as far as the rounds go, like generally in the middle where I was aiming, and very similar to the first round of groupings I got with the Browning. So definitely, if I had to choose between the three, the Federal, the Remington, or the Browning, I would go with the Remington high powered Thunderbolt. So that was the first grouping between the two of them, and that was the second grouping at 50 yards. All right, so that does it for the Savage Arms A22 Precision Rifle, chambered in 22 LR. So I mean, it's pretty solid. I like it. I'm happy with it. You know, the cons are pretty minor. You know, just the magazine and the a couple failure to extract, failure to eject and extract. But you know what? Like, it's a fun rifle to shoot. I had fun, and it's cheap to shoot. 22 rounds. It's you know, every time that I fire my 6.5 Creedmoor, I picture myself, every time I pull that trigger, I just picture myself biffing like a Tim Hortons coffee, you know. So it gets expensive. But with 22, if you're just looking, to go out and have fun and being able to fire off hundreds of rounds without breaking the bank, this is, I can't say that. Can't say it. Anyways, that pretty much does it for this review. And again, this video is not sponsored by Nina card cases, but go get a Nina card case. Link in the description. Also, tacticalgearguide.com. If you're looking for some stuff, go over there and buy some stuff. That pretty much does it for this review. Yeah, thanks.